Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Brick Squared. Hopefully, this will be helpful to you because this is the second build and not the first build. We'll be doing a architecture set today. 21003. This is the Seattle Space Needle. And obviously I said this is the second build because everything's already open and node for you. Now, the interesting thing is, you don't get to the very end before you realize you need to do something first. So we're going to do that first instead of last. The booklet's pretty nice. It's nice and black. This is kind of hard to read, obviously. But they should have done a gray or maybe white. Would have been a lot nicer. Anyway, you'll get to page, 12 and realize that, hey, I need to do something. And what you need to do is cut these rods first. Okay? Cut these first. As you can see, they line up pretty much 1-to-1 in the booklet. And you'll need a pair of scissors or some cutting implement. So we're going to cut these first before we start building because I built this last night. And when I got to page 12, I'm like, oh, that's kind of different. So I'm going to put this right on the dotted line. That measures up, and I'm just going to cut. Boom. There's one. Now, I guess I could just technically do this and just cut them all to length from that one. I guess the easiest way would be like that. And if you could hear the dog, that's LoJack. Where is he? He's on the floor sleeping, as a dog always should. While he's napping, I'm building Legos and drinking tea. So be sure to do this first. Now they give you 4, you only need 3. But hey, might as well do them all. I could just throw the extra pieces away, but I'm not sure what we could use them for. Maybe something else. So I'm just gonna leave them on the side for a moment. One flew off the table, I'll have to get that later. There's my green tea. You should get some. It's very tasty. And it's an antioxidant, so if you want to live forever like the Japanese, a cup a day won't kill you. Only do you good. So, let's start. Seattle Space Needle. Gives you all the facts at a glance and some more stuff to read. But, yeah, we don't really care about that. I do wish they would have, picked something other than black. Because black on black, as you can see, you can see it, but that's really hard to read. Anyway, you're going to need 2 of these. 2 of these pieces, and you're going to need the 4 cap pieces, right? And it's just going to make a border. Now, you could build the Space Needle like this, or I could turn it around and build it towards you, like that, right? It doesn't really matter. If you have somebody else, yeah, why not? You're building for somebody else, sure. Otherwise, I'm just going to build like so. That is step 1 and 2 on page 4. Step 3, you're going to need these. You need the gray 4x, it looks like 6, 4x6s, right? Step 3 on page 5 goes like so. And you're going to need to press them down. Pretty well. So this is going to be the base. It's kind of nice. This model is really flimsy though. I was surprised. It's a good thing that Seattle is not in California, it's in Washington State, because this probably would not stand to earthquake specs. Next, you're going to need the gray caps, and those are going to go like so. This would be a nice raised border, I guess. Right? That was step 4, page 5. And then step 6, you're gonna need a round piece like this. But before you do that, they don't tell you this, but you should do the caps first. So the caps are here, and you're just gonna put them in the corners. It makes it look nicer, you know? So now you only have a row of studs showing in the middle. You're gonna put that piece in the middle. And then you're gonna need one of these. This is like a Phillips I-beam or a cross. And then that goes like so in the middle. Okay, so then you need a cap. Cap just falls into place. That's it. That easy. That's step 5 and 6 on page 6. Now we're gonna need one of these Yamaha tuning forks, and you're gonna need these Technic-like pieces. Okay, they have a 1 on them, and they have the logo, the Lego copyright on the back. Some part number, it looks like. You probably can't see it. So we're gonna put this with the number 1 on top because I don't know, it looks nicer. And then that will go onto the beam in step 7 on page 7. Step 8 on page 8, you're going to need, it looks like, one of these pieces, round with the cross, the Phillips. Looks like that goes in first. And then you're gonna need, is that 2? You need 2 of these, right? 2 of these. And it looks like they go like this. So one is bottom. We're both the same, yes. One is bottom and one is top. Now, what does this set say? This set says, what ages? Didn't say. Space Needle. Does it say an age? I mean, these are not exceedingly difficult. They're just, you know, I would imagine this is probably for anybody above 6. So then after you finish this part, you're going to need these pieces and the red ones. Again, they look like Technic parts because I don't think normal Lego parts sets have this. It looks like you're just going to build on. So one of those and a red piece and one of these and a red center and the beam and the red center and the red center, and then one more. So after you complete that on step 9, page 8, moving to step 10 on page 9, it looks like you're going to need one of these. The long one that we used on the bottom, and then you're going to need another one. No, you're not. You're not going to use the long one. Well, you're going to use the short one. So there's a long one and a short one. Right? You're going to use the short one. If you don't believe me, you can always measure it too. See? Bam. Short. So use the short one. And it looks like you need a flywheel. One of these. Next. So you're going to do that. And then, no, this is interesting because it says the flywheel should be the axis should be this orientation, and this, you should have a Y at the bottom of the base. See, this should be a Y, and this should be horizontal, kind of like that. Okay. So that is 11 on page 9. So step 12, now it looks like we need one of those pieces again. Round Phillips, you're going to put that down. And then you're going to need the other one that we built the column with. So now you use the long piece. I guess this is, I don't know why you call it number 5. But it does matter. It's 1 to 1. Maybe it's 5. It's not 5 inches, 5 centimeters. 5. The other one's 3. Yeah, so 5. That's step 13. Step 14, we're gonna build the Y again, the tuning fork. Again, we'll put the number 1s on top, like so. And it tells you this needs to be like the bottom, because in step 15, page 12, is where we cut the rods. And now, so you can thread them through. See, you can thread them through, and they go to the base. And that's that. So this one goes here. This one goes through the centerpiece, and you just kind of thread it through. Bam. And then you have one more. Right? Through the top, through the center, the flywheel, and you pull it to the bottom, and it just kind of stops. So then you have that iconic look, kind of like, you know, the picture there. Step 16 on page 13, it looks like you're going to use the dish. The dish is going to be upside down. And then, well, it looks like that. You're going to need one of these two. That's going to be in the center. And then that'll just go like so. So put the piece on first and then slide the dish on. Step 17, you'll need the flywheel or a cog. And then it does not say what orientation, so I don't think it matters. You're not going to be able to see it anyway. But it should not be that hard to do. I definitely don't want to break it. There it is. So there's that. Step 18 on page 15, you will do, it looks like the same thing, except now, you know, I don't understand why they did this. So on page 13, they had you do it upside down, and they show it to you kind of like that. It looks a lot better. Oh, I didn't take this apart last night. It'll look like this. But on page 15, they have it like this, and this is underneath, and you just put it on top. You just stick it, you know, like that to the top, which is kind of, it's not confusing, it's just not as well illustrated as the other page. See? Right? That is a lot better than this. Yeah, I can see it goes up there, but if I didn't know better, or I don't know, it's just not consistent. They could have just done it the other way. And then this goes, of course, on top of that piece. And then we're about to finish on page 16, step 19. You're going to need the cap. You're going to need the 1x stud. And then on top of that, you're gonna need, I don't know, another cap, which is gonna go on there. And then you'll need the needle itself. And all of this will go like that. And that is the Space Needle. Now, you see what I mean when you just jig it around? It's kind of flimsy like, and it just fell. So it is not earthquake rated. I just wanted you to know that. Don't try this at home. It's basically build and look at. It's not a build and play with. Obviously miniature scale. It would be nice if they did something kind of big, like you know, they have the big bin and they have the little bin. Those are nice sets. I don't have either yet, but I plan on getting them one of these days and building it for you guys. But that is it for this. If I can get this back on. Installment. It doesn't really matter. As long as the pieces fit. You know, obviously this is not, if you look, this is not lined up. The Y is not lined up with the lettering. But thanks for watching. Enjoy your day wherever you are in the world. And come back for more. It is a nice detail. I like that. It does look nice. It looks kind of like windows. See you next time.